been a huge month for us. In recent weeks, we recently launched our new real-time oil offering. Tell us about it. What is real-time oil?
What we do is we gather information produced by the different desks and owned by the different brands. So we've got Tulip Prebon, we've got ICAP, and we've got PVM. All three brokerage brands or firms operate different desks in different locations that broker oil. We gather that data and then we productionize it and commercialize it.
And when we say data, primarily what do we mean by that?
The data we provide is a mid-price. That gives an indication of where the market stands in real time, according to our brokers. The counterparties, traders, front office, middle office, whoever is consuming that price, if they want to execute on it, they can reach out straight back to the desk.
You mentioned crude products and refined products.
Yes.
When we say refined products, what exactly do we mean?
So the oil world is quite complex. It starts with crude oil that you get off the ground. And once that crude oil is in a pipeline or in a storage facility, it's ready to go into a refinery. That refinery has a distillation column that will split the oil in different grades based on its weight and other different chemical and physical properties. As a result, you get different types of refined products that stem from crude oil.
Who specifically do you see as wanting and needing this real-time oil pricing?
We noticed that the oil market is segmented. And so we noticed that there was a lack of efficiency and there was also a lack of oversight on our end. Bringing that solution to the market really solves a lot of these problems, providing a unified and reliable and in real time vision of the oil market.
And can you just speak a bit more about how the provision of a real-time feed in this regard helps those end organizations?
So we really try to get to best execution as good as possible and best execution in pre-trade and post-trade. So we really try to get our clients to get the best price.
You've already mentioned automated trading, real-time risk and oversight, valuation and benchmarking. Are these elements as well, be they on the end client side or with certain intermediaries, that we'd be able to help facilitate?
Definitely. And then we can think of an entire array of customer types within each. I mentioned the banks and the funds, but we can also go after, any player in the market that has a skin in the game regarding, oil or any derived products from oil.
Oil markets have seen an increase in the amount of transparency that there is. How do the products that we have and the data sets that we have representing OTC markets help facilitate that?
We provide OTC data as opposed to exchange standardizing the transfer or the transactions. Especially in oil, our coverage is way bigger than the exchange space. So depending on the grade of the product and the location, you're going to have different market shares of OTC against exchange data. So with PVM alone, we already have a significant market share in that OTC space. But then combining it with the ICAP and Tulip Prebon market share, we as a group really come in very strong. With our brokerage, we allow bilateral contracts and physical delivery contracts to take place. We offer less standardized contracts and we offer more tailored solutions.
If you're a trader or a risk manager, I suspect you need to have and keep a close eye on both the exchange-based and the OTC markets.
Those two cases are definitely use cases for people to go through brokers instead of going through exchanges. Another one would be Anonymity. So that also offers an extra layer of security. And then we also enable bigger or more bespoke trades. There's a broker-client relationship that exists. And when traders need to execute larger orders, especially when they have a portfolio to rebalance, for instance, if they were to do so in one chunk, they would move the market. Instead of spending an entire day or an entire week working on the execution of one strategy they can pass that on to the broker who will work the market on their behalf.
What else can you tell us about the coverage, the pricing frequency and the offering that we can deliver through the real-time oil pricing data?
Oil is a global commodity. We price the different grades of crude or refined product in London. We also price them in Singapore. And in the real-time offering, we will release the pricing in the US soon.
For end users who've been used to using and utilizing those end-of-day reports that we put out, which are really well received and well used in the market, how does this go beyond what they've been receiving for the last 15 or 20 years or so from us?
We want to be the price point against which people value their book. This is merely moving in with technology and with its time. When end of day was easier to ingest a decade ago or 2 decades ago, the market has become more volatile now, more active, and the systems of data ingestions have become more, better. So we are now able, with our real time, to value risk much more efficiently, much more accurately, and we want to forego, potential scandals for our clients. And then we also aim to go after new use cases. So beyond the end of day reports, we want to feed the algorithms that trigger the signals to buy or sell.
Victor, thank you for your time today.
Thank
you for taking us through that. A fantastic initiative. Good luck with the rest of the launch.
Thank you.